Okay, good morning. So today's Tuesday, uh, March 30, 2021. So we become what we think about. It's always about you, yourself. So our topic today is about reading is pleasure. You see, children should learn that reading is pleasure, not just something that teachers may you do in school. It's not about just reading it. Okay, so reading is pleasure. Okay, reading increases person's understanding of their own identity, improves empathy, and gives them insight into the world view of others. Learning to read is about listening and understanding, as well as working out what is printed on the page. Through hearing stories, children are exposed to a wide range of words. This helps them build their own vocabulary and improve their understanding when they listen, which is vital as they start to read. Okay, so reading is like I told you, there's an input and output. Reading is part of the input. Okay, so reading and listening is part of the input. So it's very important that the kids, how they should know how to read. It doesn't matter English, Vietnamese, or other, it doesn't matter, but they should know how to read. Okay, that's why it's very important that children read comprehensively. It means it's not about they just finish reading. They have to understand what they are reading is. Maybe it's about stories, or maybe it's about research. They should know what they are reading, right? So because it improves their vocabulary, their grammar, and everything. So my advice to those students, please try to read comprehensively. It's very, very important. So reading is pleasure. For example, like me, when I have a free time, or sometimes I'm not doing something or anything, I'm reading books. I read a lot of books. I have a lot of books in my laptop, but I read books about life. Okay, so just like when I make a lesson, I read first the lesson, then I make the lesson. I make sure I read the book, right? It's very important that, for example, like as teacher, when we are making lesson, we should read the book first before we make the lesson. It's very, very important. That's why it's very important we have to read comprehensively. There's some question mentioned. Teacher Bong, why when I start reading I feel sleepy after 5 minutes? Yes, because you don't practice reading. That's the most important. You don't practice reading, so your eyes get irritated of the words, of the letters, right? It get irritated. That's why you feel sleepy. It's not about you feel sleepy. No, it means you're not practicing reading. That's why it's not a habit. So every time you do reading, you feel sleepy, right? It's not about sleepy. No, it's not about that. Okay? If only 5 minutes why you feel sleepy, there's something wrong, right? It means that you are not practicing reading. So your eyes not used of reading. So what I did to my student is I told my students to practice reading every day 5 minutes. Just reading 5 minutes every day. Okay? After 1 week, 10 minutes. After in the third week, 20 minutes, and after 1 month, you see. You can read now 1 hour, 2 hours, no problem at all. You don't feel sleepy because you have to practice. I told you, everything in life is always have a process. So reading have a process. It's not about just, oh, I feel sleepy, oh, I don't like, no. Because you don't practice. Remember, everything needs practice, right? For example, like me, I'm blogging. It takes me time to practice this one until such time that I'm familiar to blog every day. Before I started before last September, I always practice in my room, talking to myself. I practice until such time that I'm not confident. Then I start blogging. Same like reading, you have to practice until such time you are confident enough to read maybe one chapter, or maybe 20 pages, 30 pages, right? So you just need practice. Only need practice again and again and again, right? I told you, everything has a process. It always has a process. Cannot be just automatic, right? My student said, I want to be a doctor. I said, you have to start reading now. Because in the doctor, you have 3,000 pages, one book. Can you imagine? And you have to read this in 1 week time, right? So, I tell myself, if I were you, you have to start practicing now. Hello, Mr. Tanduy. How are you? Okay? So, you have to start practicing reading now again and again and again. Okay? Remember, children read comprehensively. Okay, here. I repeat again. Children should learn that reading is pleasure, not just something that teachers make you do in school. Reading increases a person's understanding of their own identity, improves empathy, and gives them an insight into the worldview of others. So, reading is very important because it's input. Same like listening is input. Okay? So, when you input something, you get more information or data. Right? So it's very important that we have to read comprehensively and we have to practice it again and again. Right? So start to practice reading. I told you, only 5 minutes a day. And after 1 month, you see, you can improve your reading.